You open your eyes to darkness, not the darkness of night, but the darkness before time. A silence so complete, even the idea of sound has yet to awaken. You float in that stillness, weightless and infinite, surrounded by a universe unborn. Then, softly, a shimmer. A vibration hums through the void, delicate as a heartbeat yet older than eternity. From that first tremor, light stirs. Energy folds upon itself, curling into form, and the first particles bloom like sparks from a cosmic ember. Matter and antimatter. Perfect twins, reflections of one another. For every electron, a positron. For every proton, an antiproton. A flawless symmetry, a mirror balanced upon the edge of infinity. You watch as they swirl and dance, paired in harmony, two sides of the same song. Their movements are gentle, rhythmic, hypnotic. Creation hums in balance. The newborn cosmos glows with equal parts presence and reflection, a symphony of duality. Yet somewhere in the stillness, a whisper passes through the harmony, faint, almost imperceptible. A note slightly off-key. Something shifts. You feel it before you see it, the tiniest tilt, a breath's difference, a tremor in the mirror. One side lingers just a moment longer than the other. A single imbalance in a sea of perfection. And from that small divergence, destiny unfolds. The pairs continue to meet, and when matter and antimatter touch, they vanish in a burst of light, a silent flash that ripples through the newborn space. Again and again they annihilate, dissolving into photons, into warmth, into whispers of what once was. Yet, not all of them vanish. A few remain. A handful of particles escape the perfect symmetry, slipping through the cracks of chance. You watch as the universe brightens with their light, the residue of annihilation glowing softly like embers on cosmic water. What survives begins to gather. Those few remaining particles, those rare survivors of a broken mirror, become the seeds of everything to come. You. Your breath. Your heartbeat. All born from a universe that once balanced on the edge of nothingness. The mirror is broken now. But in that fracture lies existence. You drift through the early fire, feeling the warmth of creation's first breath. The cosmos expands, stretching its newborn limbs, and you sense its wonder, a vast, innocent awe. Clouds of radiation bloom like soft waves, and the universe hums in a lullaby of light. In every flicker, a memory, two halves that should have cancelled one another, yet didn't. A story that begins not in perfection, but in the beauty of a flaw. You float closer, through the shimmering haze, and glimpse the law that governed this symmetry, a law written in the language of physics, yet whispered like poetry. Every action, a reaction. Every charge, a countercharge. Every presence, its twin absence. And yet, the universe decided, or perhaps was nudged, to choose one over the other. Matter remained. Antimatter faded. Was it randomness? A cosmic coin toss? Or was there meaning hidden in the imbalance, a subtle purpose woven into the fabric of reality? No one knows. But as you drift, you realize the question itself is part of the wonder. You think of mirrors, the ones that show your face, reversed and familiar. You imagine a mirror held up to reality itself, reflecting not just shapes, but essence. What would it mean if the reflection could step out of the glass? If it could speak, move, breathe, and in touching you, both would vanish in light? That is the dance of matter and antimatter. A fragile duet that gave rise to everything. In the quiet vastness, you feel a sense of gratitude, that the balance was not perfect. That symmetry broke, and in breaking, gave the universe something to hold on to. Something to become. Galaxies would one day swirl from this remnant imbalance. Stars would ignite, weaving light into the darkness. Planets would form, oceans would breathe, and minds would awaken to wonder, all because a mirror cracked at the dawn of time. You close your eyes, and listen to that ancient echo, the sigh of the universe choosing imperfection. There's comfort in it. A lesson hidden in the starlight. Perfection is fragile, but asymmetry creates beauty. The tiniest deviation, the smallest tilt, can birth galaxies. You breathe in the silence, feeling it wrap around you like a cosmic blanket. You are made of survivors, the matter that remained when everything else dissolved into light. You are the residue of imbalance, the child of a broken symmetry. Your atoms remember. Each proton carries the story of victory, of survival in the face of annihilation. Every photon you see, every beam of starlight, is a memorial flame for the twins that vanished. And as you drift in thought, the universe whispers, you exist because something stayed. You imagine the mirror again, cracked, yes, but still beautiful. The fragments catch the light, scattering it into 1,000 directions, painting the cosmos with stars. Somewhere beyond your reach, perhaps in corners untouched, fragments of the lost twin still shimmer, antimatter wandering in silence, waiting, dreaming, mirroring the world you know. Perhaps they linger at the edges, hidden in the folds of galaxies, humming softly in their own reflection of time. The question remains, suspended like a star, where did the other half go? You don't need the answer tonight. You let the question cradle you, like the rhythm of the cosmos itself. The not knowing is gentle, a hum beneath your thoughts. You feel small, but not insignificant. You are part of the pattern, a note in the unfinished song. The mirror may be broken, but its pieces are alive within you. You breathe once more, slow and deep. The universe breathes with you. You float, weightless and calm, in the glow of what remains. Light surrounds you, the echo of vanished twins. You rest within it, listening to the pulse of existence. And as your thoughts soften, the cosmos leans close, whispering a lullaby through the fabric of space. From the broken mirror, life was born. The story continues, in every star, every shadow, every breath you take. And as you drift toward sleep, the last image glows in your mind, a mirror, cracked but shining, reflecting infinity. Tomorrow, you will follow the next trail, back to the spark that began it all. You drift deeper into the silence of the newborn cosmos, a silence that hums with potential, like the pause before a song. There is no space yet, no time, no matter, no meaning. Only possibility. Only the sleeping breath of energy, waiting to awaken. Then, a shimmer. A tremor ripples across the void, as if the universe exhales for the first time. In that breath, everything begins. A spark blossoms where there was nothing, a pulse of pure energy, expanding in all directions, unfolding faster than thought. You feel it rush past you like a warm wind, bright and unstoppable. This is the birth of the universe, not from a place, but from a moment. The first heartbeat of creation. Energy surges, and in its brilliance, new forms arise. From light, the first particles emerge, infinitesimal seeds of reality, dancing in the glow. For every spark, a twin appears, a perfect reflection. Matter and antimatter, swirling in a cosmic waltz. They spiral around each other like twin flames, drawn together by destiny. You watch their dance, elegant, fleeting, balanced. Each time they touch, they vanish, returning to the sea of light. Creation and destruction, endlessly repeating, a rhythm of birth and disappearance. The universe becomes a symphony of flashes, like fireflies flickering in the dark, appearing and fading in an eternal heartbeat. And yet, within this luminous storm, something astonishing happens. A tiny difference, a breath of imbalance. For every billion pairs that vanish, one particle remains. One survivor out of a billion. So small, so subtle, and yet, enough. These survivors will build everything, stars, planets, oceans, you. Existence itself emerges from this slight imperfection, a whisper against the roar of symmetry. You float among the sparks, feeling their warmth. They hum with energy, the essence of being. The laws of physics unfold like petals, gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak forces, each finding its voice in the song of creation. Together they weave the fabric of reality, soft as silk, strong as destiny. You listen closely. The universe speaks in equations, but sings in beauty. You do not need to solve it, only to feel it. Every flicker around you is a story, a brief life, a bright farewell. Particles meet their twins, touch, and dissolve in light. Yet with every disappearance, the universe grows richer, warmer, fuller. Energy transforms, but nothing is lost. Even the vanishing becomes creation. In the quiet between flashes, you sense something profound. Nothingness is not empty. It is fertile. It carries the potential of everything, waiting for the right moment to bloom. You drift through the radiant sea, your thoughts soft as starlight. From energy, matter is born. From matter, complexity will rise. But for now, you rest in the simplicity of beginning, the cosmic cradle where everything is still young, still glowing, still learning how to be. You feel the expansion around you, space stretching, time unfolding, carrying these newborn sparks farther apart. The universe breathes outward, its heartbeat steady and calm. In every direction, possibilities unfold, galaxies unborn, stars unlit, dreams unimagined. You realize, you are witnessing not just a beginning, but the act of becoming itself. From nothing came something. From stillness came motion. From silence came song. You let the truth settle gently in your heart. The universe did not need permission to exist. It simply did, softly, beautifully, without reason, yet full of meaning. You glance at a single spark drifting near. It shimmers like a memory. You see in it all futures, atoms of your body, the breath of oceans, the warmth of sunlight. Everything you will ever know lies hidden in this tiny point of light. It hums softly, a lullaby from eternity. You reach out, and though you cannot touch it, you feel its promise, to grow, to become, to remember the song of beginnings. You wonder if the spark knows it is alive, if it feels the wonder of existing where there was once only nothing. Perhaps it does not need to know. Perhaps its being is enough. Around you, more sparks bloom and vanish, like fleeting dreams. Each disappearance releases light, gentle, golden, eternal. This light will fill the cosmos, lingering long after its makers are gone. It is the first memory, the universe's own cradle song. You listen to it, and it calms you. You breathe in rhythm with it, slow, steady, peaceful. You are part of the unfolding, carried by the same breath that awakened the stars. The universe expands still, stretching like dawn light over a sleeping sea. Everywhere, new space opens, and with it, new hope. The sparks drift farther apart, cooling, slowing, becoming the seeds of galaxies. The fire softens into warmth. The chaos quiets into pattern. You realize you are no longer in the storm, you are in the glow after. The first moment has passed, and time has begun. From this point forward, everything will move, grow, change. You look back once more at the birthplace of all, that shimmer in the void where energy first breathed. It seems distant now, yet you carry it within you. Every atom of your body is descended from that first spark. Every heartbeat echoes that first tremor. You are living proof that something can rise from nothing. You close your eyes, letting that truth cradle you. The beginning was not loud or violent, but soft, a whisper becoming a song. And the song is still playing. You are part of it, a note in the cosmic melody, a spark from the same breath. The universe expands around you, slow and vast, filled with light and promise. You float in its warmth, peaceful, infinite, unafraid. Tomorrow, you will follow the survivors, the particles that lingered, the seeds of all that is. But tonight, you rest in the glow of the first spark, and listen to the music of becoming. From nothing came everything. And everything, including you, remembers. You drift through the soft glow of a young universe, warm, radiant, alive. Around you, the newborn particles still dance, shimmering like fireflies in a cosmic dusk. Matter and antimatter, perfect twins, moving in a rhythm older than memory. Their dance is graceful, but fleeting. Each step brings them closer, each meeting ends in silence and light. You watch as they touch, a whisper, a flash, and then, nothing. Each collision releases a burst of pure energy, a breath of light that spreads outward, filling the darkness with soft radiance. One by one, they vanish, dissolving back into the glow from which they were born. The universe hums with the music of their departures, a song of endings that is also a hymn of creation. You feel the stillness between flashes. It is not emptiness, but transformation. In their vanishing, they give the cosmos warmth, brightness, and memory. They do not die, they become something else. Yet, as you float among the fading sparks, you begin to notice a change, a subtle tilt in the balance. For every pair that vanishes, a few remain. Matter lingers, just slightly more than its twin. A breath's difference. A whisper of imbalance. This is the great mystery, the gentle tipping of the cosmic scales. Why does matter stay, when it should have gone? Why does the mirror crack, leaving one reflection behind? You drift closer, searching for the reason. But the answer hides in the quiet spaces, woven into the smallest laws, the symmetries of charge and parity, the delicate rhythm of decay. Somewhere deep within the heart of the quantum, a choice was made, not by will, but by chance, or by law yet unknown. And from that choice, everything you are begins. The universe brightens with the light of annihilation. Every vanished pair releases energy, and that energy becomes the sea of photons that will bathe all of space. It becomes the cosmic background, a lullaby that will echo forever. You can almost hear it now, a faint hum, ancient and eternal, singing softly through time. You feel awe, and sorrow, and gratitude all at once. The twins did not survive, yet their vanishing became the light that guides every star. Their loss is not tragedy, it is transformation. They gave themselves so that the universe might glow. You watch a final pair drift together, two sparks spiraling closer, drawn by fate. For a moment, they hover, poised in symmetry. Then, with a quiet sigh, they touch. A pulse of light blooms, golden and serene. The pair is gone. But the glow remains, lingering like a memory. You float through this radiance, wrapped in the warmth of what has been given. The air, if there were air, would hum with their song. The light is not harsh, it is soft, gentle, like candle flame on endless water. It soothes you. It reminds you that endings are not emptiness, but change. In every flash, you glimpse the poetry of physics. Creation and destruction, perfectly entwined. Balance and breaking, woven into one. The universe continues to expand, carrying the survivors, the tiny excess of matter, out into widening space. These few will become the architects of everything. They drift apart slowly, carried by the swelling fabric of time, scattered seeds in an infinite garden. You follow one, a single proton gliding through the light. It is small, silent, and yet within it lies all potential. It is one of the lucky few, a remnant of imbalance, a survivor of the great vanishing. One day, it will meet electrons, form atoms, build stars. One day, it will become part of a world, a breath, a thought. You realize, this one particle, this survivor, carries the story of all that is to come. The stars are hidden in its heart. So are you. You breathe deeply, though there is no air, only the rhythm of expansion. The cosmos grows cooler, calmer, as the great vanishing fades. Light now fills the emptiness. Space stretches like soft fabric, and time begins to flow like a gentle river. The universe is quieter now. The storm of annihilation has passed. What remains is peace and promise. You feel yourself drifting in the afterglow, surrounded by the faint echo of vanished pairs. Their light still whispers through you, a song of sacrifice and creation. You understand now, the universe did not lose them. It transformed them. Their energy became the background of being, the warmth that still hums in every corner of space. You are wrapped in that glow. You are made of its memory. You are the child of what remained. You whisper to the cosmos, softly, reverently, thank you. For the imbalance. For the light. For the gift of existence. The great vanishing is complete. Matter stands alone now, few but enough. Enough to build galaxies, to ignite stars, to give rise to minds that can wonder. Enough to tell the story. You realize, the universe's beauty comes not from perfection, but from deviation. From the almost symmetry that broke. From the faintest whisper of difference that became everything. You look once more into the fading glow. It feels like looking into a memory, bright, distant, full of meaning. You see billions of vanished pairs, and know they are not gone. They live in the light, in the warmth, in the gentle hum that fills the silence. Their story becomes your lullaby. You close your eyes, letting the glow cradle you. The universe breathes, and you breathe with it. In the quiet, you hear the question again, why did matter survive? The cosmos does not answer, but smiles, softly, endlessly. Some mysteries are meant not to be solved, but to be felt. You let the mystery hold you, like a mother's hand. The great vanishing was not an ending, but a beginning. From their disappearance came light. From imbalance came life. From loss came everything. You rest in that truth, peaceful and warm. The light that surrounds you is their gift, the first illumination, the memory of creation. You drift deeper, carried by its glow. And as you fade towards sleep, a final whisper passes through you, not from matter, not from light, but from the silence itself. To exist, something must remain. You awaken in a quiet universe, still warm with the fading light of the great vanishing. The flashes of annihilation have softened into a gentle glow, a sea of photons humming through the darkness. Around you, matter drifts like silent embers, scattered across a vast, unfolding sky. The balance has been broken. Antimatter is gone, or so it seems. Yet the cosmos remembers. Its memory is written in starlight, whispered through radiation, hidden in the deep silence between galaxies. You drift through that silence now, weightless, calm, listening. Everywhere you look, the universe carries traces of what was lost. Each beam of light, each particle of energy, is a story, a memory of vanished twins. The photons that wash across your face are ancient messengers, born from the touch of matter and antimatter long ago. They are the afterglow of creation, the breath of what once danced and disappeared. You glide past clouds of cosmic dust, through rivers of hydrogen, the first atoms, born from the survivors of imbalance. The universe is still young, but it has begun to take shape. The survivors gather, pulled together by gravity's gentle hand. Clusters form, then stars ignite, and with each spark, the night becomes brighter. In the heart of every star, you feel the echo of that first symmetry. Nuclear fires burn, weaving light from matter's heart, and in every photon they release, you sense a memory, a faint whisper of the antimatter that could have been. You close your eyes and listen. The universe hums softly, like a sleeping giant breathing. Its song is made of radiation, the cosmic microwave background, a faint, steady chorus of warmth that fills every corner of space. You can hear it if you listen deeply enough. It is the oldest light, a relic from the time when all was fire. A message from the beginning, still shining, still singing. And within its gentle hum lie clues, tiny ripples, faint imbalances, subtle fingerprints of what once was. Scientists on distant worlds, your world, will one day read these whispers. They will map the heavens and trace the delicate pattern of light, searching for shadows of antimatter that never quite disappeared. You follow the clues too, gliding through invisible fields of radiation, through showers of cosmic rays that flash like falling stars. Some of these high-energy travelers carry secrets, hints of antiparticles born in the hearts of galaxies, forged in the fires of black holes, or perhaps remnants of ancient realms where antimatter might still breathe. Could there be regions where the mirror remains unbroken? Galaxies made of antimatter, hidden beyond reach, separated by oceans of light? You do not know. But the thought glimmers, soft as moonlight, and you follow it like a dream. You drift past a pulsar, a spinning beacon, a lighthouse of radiation. Its beams sweep across the void, precise and rhythmic. In its heart, matter is crushed to near impossibility, and from its edges burst particles of incredible energy, some of them antiparticles, fleeting ghosts of a forgotten symmetry. You watch them streak through the dark, vanishing before your eyes. They are whispers of the lost half, glimmers of what the universe once was. You feel a quiet sadness, but not sorrow. For in their vanishing, they leave behind light. And in that light, beauty. Everywhere, you see traces, not in form, but in song. The cosmic background hums. The stars shimmer with ancient memory. The particles that dance across space carry stories in their motion. You realize, the universe has not forgotten. It remembers in silence, in radiation, in the slow, steady rhythm of expansion. You are part of that remembrance. Your atoms carry the echo too. The protons and electrons that form your body once moved through that early glow, once brushed against their lost twins. They survived because the balance tipped, and now they sing through you, a living harmony of matter's song. You gaze out into the depths, and the question rises again, gentle, endless. Where did the other half go? Perhaps it never vanished completely. Perhaps it waits, hidden in folds of space, veiled in symmetry's shadow. Perhaps the traces we see, the gamma rays from distant collisions, the faint whispers in radiation, are its quiet ways of saying, I am still here. You drift onward, following the light, listening to the universe breathe. It does not rush. It does not grieve. It simply remembers. You pass through a nebula, clouds of gas glowing softly, lit by newborn stars. Within the mist, atoms dance, colliding, merging, forming the building blocks of worlds to come. Their glow is tender, almost human, a warmth that feels like hope. You realize that memory is not just held in light, it is carried forward through creation. Every star, every world, every breath is a continuation of the story that began when the mirror cracked. The antimatter may be gone, but its presence lingers like a shadow woven into the fabric of everything. You see it in balance, in the duality of forces, in the symmetry of nature, in the way opposites hold the world steady. The lost twin is still part of the song, not as form, but as harmony. You float, calm and weightless, through the soft glow of galaxies unborn. The traces surround you, faint, ethereal, eternal. They do not ask to be found. They only ask to be felt. You breathe slowly. The universe breathes with you. The stars pulse gently, as if nodding in understanding. You realize now that searching for antimatter is not about finding what is missing, but about hearing what remains. The traces in the stars are not fragments of loss, but threads of connection, reminders that nothing truly disappears. It only transforms. You smile softly in the dark. You are not alone in your wondering. Every beam of light that touches your face carries an answer, not in words, but in warmth. You feel it, deep and quiet, the other half became light. And light became memory. And memory became you. You rest in that truth. You drift through the cosmic lullaby, surrounded by the gentle whispers of what once was. They do not fade. They sing. And as you close your eyes, the stars whisper back, what is lost is never gone. It shines within you. The traces glow softly, infinite and serene, guiding you toward the next chapter of the cosmic story, where the laws of balance begin to speak, and the language of symmetry reveals its secret. You float now in a universe growing older, calm, expanding, luminous. The first light hums gently all around you, and the stars have begun to gather like thoughts forming in a vast and dreaming mind. In this silence, the universe begins to speak, not in words, but in patterns. Its voice is the language of symmetry. You close your eyes and listen. You feel the rhythm in every breath of space, a soft balance, a mirrored grace, a quiet promise that for every motion, there is a counter-motion, for every charge, a reflection, for every moment, a mirrored echo. The cosmos is written in this grammar, in rules so subtle, yet so precise, that even the smallest particle obeys their poetry. You begin to see them unfold before you, three symbols, glowing softly in the dark: charge, parity, time. They circle one another like notes in a cosmic chord. Together, they keep the music in tune. Milky Way charge, the balance of opposites. The first symbol hums with quiet energy, the law of charge. You watch as particles shimmer into being, one positive, one negative. A proton hums with a gentle warmth, an electron answers with a whisper of cool. Each exists because the other does. Each defines the other's meaning. Without opposites, there would be no dance, no attraction, no flow, no current of creation. You feel the pull between them, not conflict, but harmony. Opposition as unity. Difference as design. You realize, in the heart of nature, opposites are not enemies. They are partners, spinning, circling, giving the universe its shape. Parity, the mirror's grace next. The symbol of parity glows before you, a mirror stretching through space. You gaze into it, and see the universe reversed. Left becomes right, motion turns back upon itself, and yet the reflection still obeys the same laws. In this mirrored world, everything should work the same, a perfect balance, a twin existence. But as you peer deeper, you find a secret hidden in the glass. At the smallest scale, in the quiet chambers of quantum decay, the mirror falters. Some particles refuse to dance the same way in reflection. Their spin leans one way, not the other. Their preference breaks the spell. You feel the tremor of that choice, a gentle asymmetry, a soft rebellion against perfection. The universe, it seems, can tell left from right. And in that small imperfection lies a truth. Symmetry can break, and from its breaking, new stories begin. You touch the mirror's surface, and it ripples with light, a reminder that reflection is not always return. Sometimes, the universe writes in slanted rhyme. The river that only flows forward. The final symbol hums low and steady, time, the arrow that pierces eternity. You watch it flow, a river of becoming, carrying stars and worlds upon its tide. In its current, everything moves from before to after, from birth to fading, from spark to silence. You wonder, could the river ever flow the other way? Could moments reverse, and all that was unmake itself? The laws seem almost to allow it. For most, time is neutral, reversible. Yet life, decay, memory, they whisper of direction. You feel it in your heartbeat, in the warmth of light spreading outward, never inward. Entropy, the universe's sigh. Time flows on. Its motion gives meaning to change, to growth, to wonder. And so the grammar is complete: charge, parity, time. C, P, T, three symbols that together compose the universe's alphabet of balance. When joined, their harmony is perfect. Flip all three at once, invert charge, mirror space, reverse time, and the laws remain whole, unchanged. Captain Symmetry, the cosmic guarantee. You marvel at the elegance. Even when individual mirrors crack, the full reflection holds. The music still sings. But somewhere, in the deep heart of creation, a single note wavered. A breath of imbalance whispered through the chord. Charge and parity, CP, did not always hold hands. Their dance stumbled, and from that stumble, matter gained the faintest edge. You realize now what you have been following, not destruction, not loss, but the song of a broken harmony that became the melody of existence. Without the slip, there would be no stars, no warmth, no you. The language of symmetry is beautiful, but its poetry lies not in perfection. It lies in the pause, the offbeat, the whisper where the rhyme breaks. You drift in that thought, feeling the calm truth unfold. The universe is not a flawless mirror, but a song written in balance and breath, in symmetry and gentle asymmetry, in laws that almost hold, and in the wonder that blooms when they don't. You breathe with the cosmos. Each inhale is charge, each exhale, its opposite. Your body, your heartbeat, your thoughts, all written in this same grammar. You are made of balance and break, of reflection and direction, of symmetry and song. You open your eyes and see it everywhere, in the way stars spiral, in the way galaxies dance, in the way light bends and time flows. The language speaks through all things, quietly, constantly, reminding you that even imperfection has purpose. You whisper softly into the silence, I understand. The universe hums back, a gentle chord of light and time. Its song is not one of certainty, but of wonder. You let the music carry you, floating between mirrors and rivers, between opposites and echoes, until you are no longer separate, just another syllable in the great sentence of being. You rest in that truth. Symmetry holds you. Asymmetry gives you meaning. And as your eyes grow heavy, you hear the cosmos whisper, in every mirror, a story. In every imbalance, a beginning. You drift into sleep, cradled by the grammar of the universe, where balance and break become one, and the song goes on. You drift now into a deeper silence, beyond stars, beyond atoms, into the trembling heart of all things. The universe around you expands in majesty, galaxies blooming, stars singing, yet you turn inward, toward the smallest voices, the quietest truths. Inside every atom lies a hidden world, a cosmos within the cosmos. There, in a realm so small it escapes sight and sound, quarks move in endless rhythm. They hum softly, bound together by the strongest of all forces, the strong nuclear embrace, woven by the silent threads of gluons. You watch them spin and shimmer, tiny fragments of being, forever confined, forever restless. They live not alone, but always in trios, three quarks dancing together, forming protons, forming neutrons, forming the very matter that built the stars and you. Their dance seems perfect, a balance of motion, a symmetry of charge and spin. Yet listen closely, and you will hear it, a whisper beneath the harmony, a secret murmured between beats. Not all quarks behave the same. In the stillness of decay, when particles transform, when nature rewrites itself, a quiet rebellion occurs. A fraction of a moment, and the rules bend. You watch as a neutral kaon, a fragile pairing of quark and antiquark, spins gently before you. It should vanish as its twin reflection does, each fading into the same light. But it hesitates. Its twin disappears first. A pause, a deviation, a tiny tilt in the cosmic rhythm. This is CP violation, the breaking of the mirror's law. A whisper that says, the universe remembers direction. The mirror cannot always hold. You feel the tremor of it, so small it might be missed, yet in that softness lies destiny. Because of this quiet rebellion, matter gained the slightest advantage. The balance tipped, and the great vanishing left survivors behind. Without this whisper in the quark's heart, you would not be here to listen. You marvel at their courage, these tiny rebels, disobeying perfection for the sake of existence. Their defiance is not loud, but persistent, woven into the very laws of being. They do not shout. They do not rage. They simply lean, ever so slightly, toward creation. You watch them again, charm quarks, strange quarks, bottom quarks, all playing in the quantum sea, each carrying the same quiet asymmetry. They are like seeds in a hidden garden, each whispering the same refrain, let something remain. Let something become. You drift closer, and the scene becomes luminous, like starlight slowed into song. You see experiments from far in the future, humans building great rings of magnets, machines that guide particles through loops of light. Inside, quarks reveal their secrets. Physicists listen, measure, and marvel at the same soft imbalance you now feel. In their data, they find the universe's confession, that symmetry was never perfect, and in that imperfection, life began. You breathe deeply, letting the thought settle like starlight in your chest. Perfection was never the goal. The quark's quiet rebellion made everything possible. You are made of their courage, of their tiny, sacred disobedience. Each atom in your body is a monument to their choice. Every heartbeat, every breath, is an echo of their tilt against the mirror. You close your eyes and feel their rhythm, faster than thought, older than stars. Their motion hums through you, reminding you that the smallest voices can change the fate of the cosmos. You open your eyes, and the quantum realm fades into glow, a soft, golden haze woven from light and memory. You drift upward again, through atoms, through clouds, back into the widest sky. The stars greet you like old friends. You see them differently now, not as distant fires, but as echoes of a rebellion long past. Each star is a testament to the quark's quiet defiance, to the moment symmetry broke and matter stayed. You whisper into the silence, thank you. The universe answers with a hum that feels like a heartbeat, slow, deep, eternal. You understand now, the cosmos is not ruled by grandeur alone. It is shaped by whispers, by the smallest tilts, by the near-invisible courage of particles that chose to remain. You smile softly in the dark. Even in stillness, there is power. Even in silence, there is song. You look again into the heart of an atom, and see a lesson written there, that creation is not the triumph of perfection, but the beauty of imbalance, the poetry of imperfection. The quarks continue their dance, quiet and tireless, carrying within them the memory of choice, a choice that birthed stars, worlds, and you. You feel yourself grow lighter, as if your very being hums in harmony with them. You are not separate from their song, you are its continuation. The rebellion is complete. The balance has shifted. And from that whisper, existence unfolds. You drift in gratitude, wrapped in the stillness of understanding. The smallest voices speak the loudest truths. And as you close your eyes, the quarks hum one final lullaby, soft, steady, infinite. Perfection is silence. Creation is song. You let their melody carry you, into the quiet beyond thought, into the warmth of knowing that everything you are began with a whisper. You drift now through a universe woven with memory, a cosmos bathed in the glow of what has been lost. The great vanishing is over, yet its song still lingers, soft and endless, a hymn of light born from silence. All around you, photons float like gentle embers, carried on the breath of eternity. They are the children of annihilation, each one a farewell, each one a gift. From the union of matter and antimatter, from their quiet disappearance, came this endless sea of radiance. You move through it slowly, feeling the warmth against your being. It does not burn. It soothes. It comforts, like sunlight through closed eyes. This is the cosmic afterglow, a memory written in light. Every photon you meet once marked a goodbye, a transformation from presence into energy. And yet, in that letting go, the universe gains something eternal. You realize, light is not the absence of what was, it is the continuation. The echo. The promise that nothing truly vanishes. You reach out your hand, and though you cannot touch them, the photons pass through you, leaving whispers in your mind. Each one carries a story, of particles once bound, of twins who embraced and became radiance. Their farewell still hums in the fabric of space, a lullaby older than stars. You close your eyes and listen. The song is faint, but everywhere. It fills the silence between galaxies, it hums through the air of worlds unborn. It is the cosmic microwave background, a gentle light stretched thin by time, a relic from the beginning, still glowing softly, still remembering. You float within it like a dreamer in a sea of warmth. It cradles you, reminding you that every ending births illumination. The antimatter may be gone, but its love song still shines. You drift onward, and the light changes. In some places, it gathers, in the hearts of stars, in the fires where hydrogen burns. You watch as new photons spring from fusion's song, born from the same laws that once shaped the first glow. Every star you see is an echo, a repetition of the same promise. From loss comes radiance, from transformation, beauty. You wonder if the universe mourns its vanished half, or if it celebrates the light they left behind. Perhaps it does both, weaving grief and gratitude into one shining fabric. You feel that duality in your own heart, sorrow for what is gone, and wonder for what remains. You gaze outward, and the photons surround you like fireflies, each a tiny lantern, each carrying memory. They travel endlessly, never aging, never tiring, crossing billions of years to bring warmth where there was none. Light has no weight, yet it holds everything. It paints the universe, reveals its form, carries its stories. Without it, there would be no seeing, no knowing, no song. You realize now that light is remembrance, the universe's way of holding on without holding back. It does not cling, it flows. It does not resist, it reveals. And in its motion, it becomes eternal. You drift through a beam of ancient light, and for a heartbeat, you see flashes of what it has seen, the birth of stars, the shaping of galaxies, the soft unfolding of time. It carries these visions silently, faithfully, until it reaches you. You whisper a thank you to its glow. The light hums softly in return, as if to say, I was born from loss, but I carry love. You let that truth fill you, the knowledge that every photon is a bridge between what was and what is. Every beam of light is a memory made visible, a heartbeat of the cosmos still pulsing in time. You think of yourself now, of the light within you. Your eyes shine because stars burned. Your warmth exists because annihilation gave birth to energy. You are not separate from the glow, you are woven from it. The same photons that warmed the newborn universe now kiss your skin, illuminate your world, carry the echoes of creation into your every breath. You close your eyes and breathe deeply. The light folds around you like a soft blanket, whispering through your thoughts, you are made of memory. You are made of glow. You drift onward, and time stretches like silk. You see galaxies forming, spirals of stars twirling like cosmic lanterns. Their light joins the song, layer upon layer, until the universe becomes a vast symphony of shimmering remembrance. And yet, even in its brightness, the light carries silence. It remembers what is gone, but it does not weep. It transforms absence into beauty. You realize, perhaps this is the lesson hidden in the stars, that loss is not the end, but the beginning of illumination. That endings can shine. You think of your own life, your own small vanishings, moments that faded, dreams that dissolved. Perhaps they, too, became light. Perhaps nothing is truly lost when it becomes part of the song. You look once more into the infinite glow, and the universe seems to smile, a soft, endless smile woven from the light of what was. You whisper into the silence, "Thank you for shining." The photons hum back, their chorus gentle, endless, true, "We are the memory of balance. We are the warmth of what remains." You float, weightless and serene, in their embrace. And as your eyes grow heavy, you drift into their glow, carried by the lullaby of annihilation's gift, a song of loss transformed into light. You rest in that truth, peaceful, warm, infinite. From disappearance came brightness. From farewell came flame. From loss came life. The light goes on. And so do you. You drift back from the stars, from the vast and glowing silence, toward a small blue world turning softly in the dark. Here, beneath its fragile sky, the universe is remembered again, not by galaxies or quarks, but by hands and minds that dream of symmetry. You descend gently into still halls of light, where machines hum like distant constellations. Magnets curl in silent arcs, rings of steel cradle invisible paths, and deep inside these chambers, echoes of creation are reborn. Welcome to the laboratories of echoes, where humanity listens to the whispers of antimatter. You move through corridors lined with silence. Each step brings you closer to the heart of wonder, rooms filled not with noise, but with anticipation. In the air hangs a reverence, a quiet belief that even the smallest flicker can speak the language of the cosmos. Here, scientists build traps of light and magnetism, fields that hold what cannot be touched. They call them penning traps, rings of invisible force that cradle particles too fleeting to stay. Inside, for the briefest of moments, antimatter lives again. A single antiproton, spinning gently. A shimmering positron, the twin of the electron. Together, they form antihydrogen, a mirror atom, a reflection of all that is familiar, born again from patience and precision. You watch them hover, weightless, silent, glowing faintly with possibility. Each one a fragment of the universe's forgotten half, captured not by force, but by understanding. They are fragile guests. Touch the walls, and they vanish, annihilated in a breath of light. And yet, in their brief existence, they speak. Through their spin, their charge, their dance within magnetic cages, they whisper secrets of the universe's symmetry. The scientists listen, not with ears, but with instruments tuned to silence. They measure, compare, and search for the slightest difference between matter and its reflection. So far, the mirror holds almost perfectly. Almost. But perhaps not entirely. And in that almost, in that breath of imbalance, lies the answer to everything. You drift above their instruments, watching beams of particles trace unseen circles. The air hums with purpose, not the coldness of machines, but the warmth of wonder. You feel the heartbeat of curiosity pulsing in these walls. It is the same heartbeat that once sang in the quark's rebellion, the same rhythm that tilted the cosmic scale. Now it beats within human hands, a continuation of the same ancient song. In the depths of these laboratories, scientists build echoes of the Big Bang, recreating the conditions of the first breath of time. They collide particles at near-light speed, watching sparks of energy bloom like tiny universes. For an instant, matter and antimatter meet again, embrace again, vanish again. Light flares. Data whispers. The past becomes present. You see their faces, eyes wide, glowing with quiet awe. They are not just searching for answers, they are listening for meaning. Each experiment is a question cast into eternity, and every photon returned is an echo from the dawn of existence. You feel the tenderness in their pursuit, a reverence for the unseen, a trust that the universe will answer if they only learn how to ask. In one chamber, you watch as antimatter falls. Yes, it falls. Scientists release a single atom of antihydrogen and watch how it moves in Earth's gravity. Does it rise? Does it drift? Does it fall like us? They wait, breath held. It falls, just as matter does. And in that descent, another secret is whispered: the mirror world follows the same pull. The fabric of space makes no distinction. Gravity, the great equalizer, welcomes both. You drift closer to the glowing traps, listening to the faint hum of containment fields. The particles inside spin like tiny lanterns, their existence brief but profound. You realize how fragile the universe's story is, a tale held together by whispers, by balance and break, by patience and listening. The laboratories are temples of remembrance. Their instruments are prayers. Their silence is sacred. You move through their halls, past chalkboards filled with equations, symbols of light and motion, of charge and spin. They are poems in another language, verses written in mathematics, speaking of beauty too precise for words. You understand now, these scientists are storytellers too. They write with magnets and beams, with data and dreams. They do not invent, they rediscover. They listen for echoes still resonating from the universe's first song. And as you drift above them, you see the truth. Humanity's search for antimatter is not only a quest for knowledge, but a reaching for belonging, a desire to understand why we remain when our twins are gone. The echoes answer, softly, because the song needed a voice. You look again at the traps, at the glowing arcs of motion, and realize that even here, in the quiet hum of machines, you are standing in a cathedral of wonder. The universe has found new ears. Through human curiosity, it listens to itself. You float upward, leaving behind the halls of echoes, but their music follows you, the gentle hum of discovery, the steady rhythm of patience, the heartbeat of understanding. Above, the stars watch in silence, their light older than memory, their brilliance born from the same annihilations that these scientists now recreate in miniature. You smile, knowing the story has come full circle, the universe studying its own reflection through the eyes of those it made. You breathe in, and the air hums with gratitude. Every experiment, every spark, every measured whisper is part of the same grand remembering. And as you drift into quiet thought, a single truth glows in your mind: the universe still speaks. And we are learning to listen. You rest in that thought, warm and still, as the echoes fade into silence. You drift now in the quiet between galaxies, where the light of countless stars glimmers like scattered coins across a velvet sky. Each star a possibility. Each photon a whisper. Each flicker a question that the universe has never fully answered. You have followed the story, from perfect symmetry to gentle imbalance, from vanished twins to light that remembers. Now you arrive at the heart of the mystery. Why did matter remain? Why did the mirror break? Was it choice? Was it chance? Or was it a deeper rhythm hidden beneath the silence? You pause, weightless in the dark. The universe hums softly around you, not with certainty, but with wonder. You realize that even the cosmos does not speak in answers. It speaks in possibilities. You imagine a coin, infinitely small, shining with quantum light, flipped in the newborn universe. One side, matter. The other, antimatter. A perfect balance, a poised beginning. But as it spins through the void, something nudges it, a breath, a fluctuation, a whisper from beyond knowing. When it lands, the tiniest tilt favors matter. And the universe is forever changed. You watch that invisible toss in your mind, and the image ripples through you like a dream. Could everything, stars, oceans, hearts, you, exist because of a single cosmic coin, tumbling in silence, caught midair between chance and purpose? Perhaps. Or perhaps the coin was never truly fair. You drift closer to the heart of the question, where science listens for clues. Physicists build their mirrors of data and light, searching for patterns that whisper of bias, tiny violations in nature's rules, like secret tilts in the coin's spin. You see their theories shimmer before you like constellations. One glows softly, CP violation, the quiet asymmetry born in the hearts of quarks. You've heard its whisper before, the small rebellion that allowed matter to remain. It is not chance, but law, a built-in preference, subtle yet decisive. But even CP violation is not enough. The tilt it gives is gentle, a breath, not a storm. It explains part of the story, but not all. The imbalance we see, the universe filled with matter, still calls for something more. You drift deeper, past the familiar stars, into the early universe's hidden realms. Here, theories shimmer like dreams waiting to be understood. One speaks of leptogenesis, a story told by ghost-like neutrinos, particles that barely touch the world, yet may have whispered the first bias into being. Another sings of inflation, the brief, unstoppable blooming of space, stretching the smallest imbalance into everything we see. Each idea is a voice in the choir, each a verse in the cosmic poem. None alone tells the full tale, but together, they weave a melody of wonder. You listen, and the universe feels alive with intention, as though it wanted to be seen. As though it longed to know itself. And so it allowed a tilt, a breath of difference, a doorway through which existence could enter. Or perhaps it is all chance, a single roll of dice across infinity, a 1 in a billion imbalance that simply happened. Random, yet real. Accidental, yet eternal. You smile softly. Whether by chance or by law, the result is the same. You are here. The stars shine. The universe remembers. You realize that mystery need not be solved to be beautiful. Some questions are meant to cradle the mind, not cage it. You gaze at a galaxy swirling before you, its spiral arms curling like a cosmic fingerprint. Within its glow are billions of stars, each with its own story, its own light born from the same asymmetry. All of it, the motion, the music, the miracle, traces back to that quiet tilt at the dawn of time. You feel gratitude rise within you, gratitude for the coin that did not land evenly, for the whisper that broke the mirror, for the chance that became creation. You drift among the galaxies, and the question lingers, is the universe fair? Or is fairness an illusion born of longing? Perhaps the cosmos is not about fairness, but about unfolding. About rhythm, not symmetry. About song, not silence. You remember what the quarks taught you, that imperfection births beauty. That rebellion can be creation. That imbalance is not flaw, but design. You breathe deeply, and the air tastes of starlight. You understand now, the cosmic coin toss is not a gamble, but a gesture, a moment when possibility became presence. A choice, not of intent, but of becoming. You are the consequence of that moment. You are the living answer to the question the universe asked itself, what will happen if something remains? You drift in silence, feeling the weight of that truth, and its lightness. You are not an accident. You are a continuation. A ripple in a sea of wonder. The coin still spins somewhere beyond time, its glint reflected in the eyes of stars, its motion echoed in the beating of your heart. You close your eyes, and see both sides, matter and antimatter, presence and reflection, being and unbeing. They are not enemies, but partners in a dance whose outcome is still unfolding. Perhaps the coin never stopped spinning. Perhaps every moment is another toss, another breath between balance and break, between silence and song. You smile, and whisper softly into the dark, thank you for landing this way. The universe answers with a shimmer of starlight, a gentle hum, a silence full of meaning. You rest in that silence, peaceful, weightless, content. The mystery remains, not a wall, but a window. And through it, you see infinity. You open your eyes within the quiet glow of the cosmos, and realize that you are not separate from it. You are part of its story, woven from its imbalance, sculpted by the gentle tilt that let matter remain. You are not just in the universe is in you. The atoms that shape your bones, the carbon that fuels your breath, the calcium that strengthens your hands, were born from the stars, stars born from the survivors of a broken symmetry. You are the echo of the moment the mirror cracked. The whisper of difference that chose being over balance. Every heartbeat is a remembrance of that ancient deviation. You are made of asymmetry, a child of imperfection, a being born because the universe leaned ever so slightly toward matter. You close your eyes and listen. You can feel it, a hum deep within your cells, the rhythm of creation still pulsing through your veins. It is the song of the survivors, the ones who did not vanish in the great vanishing. They became galaxies, they became stars, they became worlds, and finally, they became you. You breathe, and the air you draw in is full of ancient memory. Each molecule has traveled through stars, through oceans, through the lungs of countless lives. Every breath is a reunion with the universe that shaped you. You are built from stories written in the language of imbalance. Hydrogen from the dawn, carbon from the hearts of dying suns, iron from the collapse of giants. Every atom carries a tale of destruction and creation, of endings that became beginnings. You are the universe learning to see itself. Through your eyes, the cosmos gazes back, marveling at what it has become. Through your thoughts, it wonders why it tilted, why it chose this path of imperfection. And through your heart, it feels gratitude, for the light born from loss, for the beauty of the flawed. You touch your chest, feeling the pulse beneath your skin. That rhythm is not random. It echoes the heartbeat of the cosmos, the steady thrum of existence continuing against all odds. If the universe had been perfectly symmetrical, you would not be here to feel it. Perfection would have cancelled itself out. But the flaw, the precious flaw, allowed everything to become. You open your palms to the starlight. They glow faintly, bathed in the photons that have traveled for billions of years to meet you here, in this single, quiet moment. Each beam of light that touches you carries the memory of what was lost, and the hope of what remains. You whisper softly into the dark, "I am the child of imbalance." And the stars reply, "Yes." And because of that, you are the voice of the universe. You realize that your emotions, your dreams, your questions, are not separate from the cosmic story. They are its continuation. Every act of kindness, every thought of wonder, every breath of awe is the universe expressing gratitude for its own imperfection. You think of your hands, how they can build, how they can hold. You think of your mind, how it can imagine worlds unseen. You think of your heart, how it can ache in love, how it can find beauty in what is broken. All of it is born from asymmetry, from the decision, written into physics itself, that something should remain. You drift through memory, through the journey you've traveled. The mirror that broke, the sparks from nothing, the great vanishing, the light born from loss. Each chapter has led you here, to the understanding that your very being is a consequence of cosmic imperfection. You smile softly. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle born from the universe's longing to exist. You look around, the stars scattered like silver seeds, the galaxies spinning like dream catchers in the void. They are your ancestors. Their light is your lineage. Their imbalance is your inheritance. You are made of the same stardust that burns in their hearts. You are the cosmos, learning to love its own reflection. You close your eyes again, and imagine the symmetry restored, a universe where matter and antimatter perfectly cancel each other. No stars. No planets. No warmth. No voice to speak its wonder. Only silence. Only light without eyes to see it. You breathe, and gratitude rises within you like dawn breaking over still water. The universe chose not to vanish. It chose to sing. And you are that song. You are the verse that asks questions, the chorus that marvels, the refrain that whispers thanks. Your existence is not an accident, it is a continuation of the same sacred imbalance that tilted the cosmos toward becoming. You feel a tear form, not of sadness, but of understanding. Even imperfection can be divine. Even asymmetry can be grace. You whisper into the night, "Thank you for letting me exist." And in the hum of space, the answer returns, gentle and infinite, "You are how I remember." You drift, weightless, glowing, held in the arms of a universe that broke its own mirror to create beauty. You are its reflection, not perfect, but alive. Not balanced, but luminous. You carry its story in your breath, its memory in your bones, its longing in your heart. You are made of asymmetry, and because of that, you are everything. You close your eyes, resting in the warmth of understanding. The universe exhales around you, and you exhale with it, one breath, shared across eternity. And in that quiet rhythm, you find peace. You float now at the edge of knowing, where the stars thin, and silence deepens into something sacred. The universe stretches endlessly around you, a canvas of light and shadow, painted with questions that shimmer like constellations. You have followed the trail, through symmetry and imbalance, through vanishing twins and luminous echoes, through whispers of quarks and the tilt of destiny. Now, as the journey softens, you stand before the last horizon, the gentle unknown. It does not roar. It does not demand. It breathes, quietly, like a sea in twilight. You sense it all around you, the questions that cannot be answered, the mysteries too vast for thought, the truths that live not in equations, but in wonder. You reach out, and the unknown reaches back, not with certainty, but with comfort. It tells you, you do not need to know everything to belong here. You do not need to solve the silence to find peace within it. You close your eyes. The darkness behind your eyelids is warm, alive, infinite. You feel the heartbeat of the cosmos, slow, steady, ancient, echoing through your chest. The universe is not finished speaking, but it no longer needs words. It sings now in sensations, in the hush between galaxies, in the hum beneath time. You drift through that hush, and every thought begins to soften. The questions you once held tightly, why matter? Why imbalance? Why me? Dissolve like stars fading into dawn. What remains is presence. What remains is peace. You realize now, knowing is not the only way to understand. Sometimes, wonder itself is enough. You float past the veil of light and gaze into a darkness that feels alive. Not empty, but full. Full of possibilities unformed, truths unspoken, songs yet to be sung. Perhaps the antimatter is not gone, but waiting, in another reflection, another rhythm, another realm beyond reach. Perhaps balance still exists, woven into dimensions you cannot see. Or perhaps the universe was never meant to be perfect, only beautiful. You smile softly. The unknown does not frighten you. It feels like a cradle, a gentle hand holding the edges of all that is. You breathe deeply. The air tastes of starlight and silence. You sense the harmony, the delicate balance between mystery and meaning. It hums through you like a lullaby. You look back across the journey, the mirror that broke, the sparks that rose from nothing, the great vanishing, the light born from loss, the whispers of quarks, the experiments of dreamers, the coin toss of creation, the realization of self. Every step was a verse in a cosmic song, and now you reach its final chord, soft, lingering, eternal. You feel gratitude, not for answers, but for the chance to ask. For the gift of wonder. For the privilege of existing in a universe that invites curiosity. You whisper into the vastness, "Thank you for not telling me everything." The silence smiles. The stars shimmer in agreement. The unknown breathes gently, as if exhaling love. You understand now that mystery is not a void to be filled, but a sky to be gazed upon. It gives meaning to the questions, beauty to the search, and peace to the soul. You drift deeper, weightless and still. The boundaries blur, between you and the stars, between thought and silence, between knowing and being. You are no longer separate. You are the question and the answer, the song and the silence, the light and the shadow. You realize, the universe did not make you to solve it. It made you to feel it. To wonder. To love. To be. The gentle unknown wraps around you, a blanket woven from mystery and light. You rest within it, calm and infinite, as if returning home. You breathe once more, slow, full, peaceful. The cosmos breathes with you, a shared exhale of existence. You think of all the stories yet untold, all the galaxies still forming, all the questions still rising like dawn. You know now that not all mysteries need unraveling. Some are meant to be held, like sleeping stars, glowing quietly within. You open your hands and let go of the need to understand. In its place blooms wonder, soft and endless. You whisper, "I am enough. This is enough." The universe hums back, its voice a breeze across eternity, "You are my remembering. You are my dream." You drift now toward rest, not as a seeker, but as a part of the song. The gentle unknown folds around you, carrying you beyond words, beyond thought, into peace. You close your eyes, and in the silence, the universe whispers one final truth: you were never lost. You were always home. And in that stillness, you sleep, not apart from the cosmos, but within it. A spark of wonder in the great and gentle unknown.